I'm not gonna lie, I forgot how utterly and completely ridiculous the original series of Star Trek episode Amok Time is. Woo! It's this wild blend of high stakes, played straight and serious drama, but the execution, woo! It's very 1960s. That's what it is. It's the helmets, the outfits on these Vulcans. The actress who plays T'Pau very seriously shouting nonsense words, and then immediately the ching 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 ching, all straight-faced. All Vulcan straight-faced. I don't think I've said a coherent sentence in the 2 minutes that I've been recording, but I just finished watching this episode. I went back to watch it because of the latest Strange New Worlds episode. T'Pring was in the series premiere of Strange New Worlds. There was the scene with her and Spock on Vulcan, and then Spock has to leave. And now in this week's episode, she and Spock get reunited at Starbase 1. Hi, Bruno. The episode itself is also fun and ridiculous, but it is absolutely meant to be. My cat may jump on me? What's your plan? You don't know. The episode is intentionally ridiculous. It's a comedy. The episode is a comedy. It's fun. There are other storylines that deal with romance and shore leave, and it's fun. It's a fun episode. I know you, Bruno, enjoyed it too, and it directly references Amok Time, not just because that's the only episode of the original series where T'Pring appears, and it discusses her betrothal to Spock, but also in the dream sequence at the beginning of Spock Amok, the Strange New World episode, they recreate the whole set, and they use the music and the fight scene stuff in the dream sequence that Spock has, and it all comes from this episode, and all the music, the costumes, all of the scenes that take place on Vulcan are what make this episode from the original series iconic to Star Trek fans, and also parodied in, I think, at least Family Guy, but I'm sure it's been parodied many other places because it's bonkers. It is absolutely bonkers. The first half of the episode could have been accomplished with much less screen time, but obviously they needed to pad out a full runtime of an episode. So there's, Spock yelling at Nurse Chapel and throwing the soup out the door, and then there's a scene later where she comes in and is going to talk to Spock, and she decides not to, and Spock wakes up and talks to her, and she starts crying, and he's like, actually, can you make me the soup? And she's like, I would love to. Weird scene. Really weird. The first half of the episode is very quickly forgotten about when you hit the second half. I don't even really know what to say. There's obviously all of the references, many references to Kirk and Spock being gay are from this episode. Spock is driven to have sex with T'Pring, but that urge is completely gotten rid of after he wrestles with Kirk for a little bit, rips the captain's shirt open to reveal his nice pecs. They're both into choking, which, like, you know, no kink shaming here, or on Vulcan apparently, because everyone just stands around and watches. The whole thing is so goofy, but also so iconic and just so it very much like the fabric of the original series. Not like this episode is like the best or anything of the original series. It's not. It's if I were to recommend a serious episode of the original series to somebody, I would say, hey, go watch The City on the Edge of Forever, or maybe Balance of Terror. If I wanted to get someone into the fun side of Star Trek, I would say, hey, go do Trouble with Dribbles. This episode is only if you are already you already like the characters. I would not recommend this episode as the first show to introduce anybody into Star Trek, even though it is so iconic to Star Trek, because it's just so bonkers. All I can do is laugh at it, but not in a like, man, it's so bad that it makes me laugh at it. It's so goofy. It's so goofy. But I had lots of fun rewatching it. I'm glad that I did. I mean, I don't really... How do I analyze this episode? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. This is not what I expected this video to be when I set out to rewatch this episode. But here we are. I don't have a conclusion because I don't think that I have any... I don't think I've made any statements. It's just wild. It's just wild. If you'd like to see some more coherent thoughts on episodes of the original series of Star Trek, I recommend you watch the episode that I did about another second season episode of the original series, The Changeling. The link for that is on screen or in the description. I'm sorry this was nonsense, but you know what? So was that episode.